Hello, this is Mr. Gretzky9966, just doing a quick update video here, just on some stuff I had done a couple of, I guess you need to probably say a few days ago. Last year I did the same thing. Last year I did a update to my video game collecting, what I was looking, games that I am trying to find. And I thought I would simplify what I'm looking for because I found some of those games. So I simplified the list down to my top 30 that I want to go after for NES, Master System, Sega Master System, Sega Genesis, and Super Nintendo. The games I want to go after. So there's 6 NES games that I definitely want to try to get either this year or next year, or even in the future. In that I've had Captain Comic in a cart. Company was going out of business. Had it in there, and by the time I got around to purchasing it, by the time I looked through everything and purchased it, they had already sold it, so lost out on that. But I'm looking for Captain Comic, Castlevania. Everybody knows the classic Castlevania game. I think I have one of them. I can't remember if I have two. I think I have two. I can't remember right offhand, but I know I have one of them, and I have the one the guy did. There was this Kickstarter. A guy had done his own homebrew on Castlevania, so I have that. My buddy's been playing that. He's probably going to do a video here. The Board Cyborg, at some point, he said he would do a video on it. So I told him he could keep it till he gets the video done. And that he has other things he's in the process of doing, but he does a lot of video games and movie reviews, hauls. Got a huge movie collection. Got a huge collection of video games. So basically, video games, movies, top 10 movies of different genres. Mostly a horror guy, foreign, Japanese horror, that kind of stuff. So he's all into that. And then we have Formula One Sensation. Formula One Sensation, another racing game that I'm really big into racing games. So I wanted that one for a long time. Indy Heat. It is the I think that's the Davey Allison Indy Heat. I think that's it. There's not very many of those out there, but I do see them from time to time, and I'm trying to pull a trigger on a couple recently, and it just didn't work out from what I wanted. Get them in. Beetlejuice, we all know that from the movies and everything. Based on the movie, and then based on the cartoon, Captain Planet. I want to get that one, so that's one of the games I want to get. Then for my Sega Master System run, there's basically five games I really, really, really want to try to get, and it's Ghostbusters for the Master System, Outrun for the Master System, the arcade port racing game, Slapshot, the hockey game, Alice Kidd in the Miracle World, which I have Alice Kidd in the Lost Stars. If you watch my other video on my Master System collection, I have the Lost Stars and the Alice Kidd in High Tech World. Beat both of those, and I want to get Miracle World because I think Miracle World came first, I believe. Then came what was it? All Stars, then Miracle, then High Tech World. After it was Miracle World, Lost Stars, High Tech, Shinobi World, and I think there was the Enchanted Castle or something like that. I think that's for the Master, that's for the Genesis. But I want to try to get back Walter Payton's Football. I had the game, it really wasn't working right, so I think it had a lot of issues that I probably could have just dealt with, but I traded it back into Toys R Us where we got it. where they got it and got that one. So ended up getting Paperboy and Rampage. Of all things to pick up, Paperboy and Rampage, I could have picked up something better, but you know, when you're a little kid back when this game came out, you know, because I got the system in '88, I think it came out in like '89. He had been retired, I think, in '87, so I think it might have already been out, but I got it for Christmas, so that's my fault. But no further ado, we're back down here to the 9 Super Nintendo games that I want to pick up. It's Blues Brothers, Clay Fighters 2, the fighting game, the Daffy Duck, the Marvin missions, basically Daffy Duck and Marvin the Martian. I almost picked that up. I don't know why I didn't, but I almost picked it up complete in box. Was it last year or the year before? One of them I could have picked it up for, so I think it was last year. I think I almost picked it up for, but, you know, things happen, comics happen, you know. Then there's F1 Pole Position, which is a Formula One racing game. There's the Speedy Gonzales game, which I've seen a couple times and almost bought, but passed on it because I don't know why, but I just passed on it a couple times. I think it was a little more than I wanted to pay for it. Then there's the Inspector Gadget game for Super Nintendo. There's your Justice League Task Force game, Super Double Dragon, and Double Dragon 5. Those are 2 games I want to get because my wife already has. I bought her. She had liked Double Dragon as a kid, and I had bought her Double Dragon 2 and 3 to go along with her Double Dragon 1. So, and there's my other game I was talking about earlier. The Sega Genesis 10 games, the Alex Kidd and the Enchanted Castle. That was one of them I was interested in picking up. There's the Outrun 2019 game, basically the sequel to Outrun. I wanted Dick Tracy which is totally different. If you play this, Dick Tracy is totally different and a lot better in my estimation. In my opinion, it is a better game than the Dick Tracy that you have for the Nintendo. Then we have Hit the Ice, another hockey game. I actually have that for Super Nintendo, but I want it for Genesis too. I want Ghouls and Ghosts. Great game there. And I want Ghostbusters for that. I don't know why they keep putting Ghostbusters on different platforms, but I want to get it for all the platforms that it's on. I want Nigel Mansell's World Championship Racing. I really want that game. Another racing game. Formula One. I'd love to have that. I would love to have Space Harrier 2. I've played Space Harrier 1, got to about level 6 in there, and haven't played it in years, but hadn't got past that. And then the last one, the Swords of Vermilion, or something like that. How you pronounce that? One at the end there. That's another game that I'm interested in getting. So basically, 10 Genesis games, 9 Super Nintendo games, 6 NES games, and 5 Master System games. That's not just the end-all list of getting stuff. I mean, there's other stuff that I want to collect, but I am, as of Grails that I would love to have. These are like the Grail games right now that I want to have in my collection before I basically decide not to collect anymore, or if I ever decide, at 400, I'm at 400 and about 452 games now, and I know I've got a couple knocked off the list from last 4 or 5. I've got off the list already from last year, from different lists and stuff. So I just want to focus on these 30 games here in my collection. Complete in box wouldn't be too bad, but some of them are a little pricey complete in box. So if it's just boxed, the game and it's boxed without a manual, I can deal with that. Or if I need the manual, or if it's the game and the manual, I can deal with that. Or if it's just the game, I can deal with that. But otherwise, that's all I got for this. And just going to be collecting some games this year, doing some comic book stuff. Not very much into comic books this year. I know I do have my list. I have picked up some big books already that I need to show off here once I pick them up and get them all situated for this year and everything. And I will be posting hopefully another video here shortly, probably hopefully next week. I'll be doing another video on my be getting my Action Comics together and be showing that off. So I'll be showing some of those off in a video series, just a little bit here and there. May not talk so much about them. You know, you might get a quickie video. Not really going to be quick, but it's going to be a decent sized video. So if you're interested in Action Comics and seeing what I have and seeing why I pick it up or why I like those, you know, feel free to stop in when it drops, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.